Welcome to ARW. I'm Harold, and I got a fault in the way I do things sometimes. Because I understand what it is, I don't go and explain, what it is. And I'm going to have to take lessons from Keith Rucker so I can be a little bit more clear. But some years ago, I don't know, 2 or 3 years ago, I made a die holder, and in the making a knob video, I used it there. And I didn't explain to people how it works, so it did cause some confusion. So what I'm going to do is just take it and show you exactly how it works, a better explanation. Okay, alright, this is my die holder. It's hollow all the way through. You can see all the way through it. The tapered section of it mounts in the tailstock. This piece slides onto there and it turns. Now, the reason that I built it like that was I could take a wrench. Let me get the wrench here. I could get a wrench and hold on to the compound someplace, wherever it was convenient, and power the thing on with the lathe. And it will pull forward like that if you do it like that until you're through making the thread. I didn't make it any longer than that because I didn't anticipate threading anything longer than that. And it's hollow inside, so what you're threading can feed up in there. Alright? Now I'll pull it out of the taper. But if I want to move it back and forth instead of reversing the machine and maybe do it by hand, I can put this wrench on it and do that. Let me get it out of the tailstock here. As you can see, this is a tapered holder, and it's a two-piece item. All right, so if I'm cutting a thread with this with the lathe running, and sometimes I try to start them on by hand so I can tell if it's actually taking a good bite instead of sitting there and chewing the end off of wherever you're threading. So anyway, if it starts to thread, it's going to be too much for me to hold on to it, and they'll start turning like that. And that's when I get out the wrench. As you can see, the die holder turns, and it's made to turn. That's the way I intended it. If I were threading something, let me move this over. This is what you would see, and if I turn the machine on, now I don't actually have any die in there right now, but you can see it feeds outward. It's meant to rotate. That was the idea. Okay, I hope maybe this has made it clearer as to how my die holder works. The piece that stays in the tailstock stays there. It never turns. There's no force on it because this is slick and turns here. There's no force to make it slip in the tailstock. All that last part is to keep everything straight. It guides me straight on cutting the threads. And that's how it works. Thanks, folks. I'll go back to whatever you're doing now.